Man, I kind of got a headache when he
we're
adjusted my
live.
neck. Oh, whoops.
We're live.
We're live.
Yeah, Sarah just got adjusted.
So this is mirrored. So, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, I need to adjust this side. No, it's the other side. It's this side.
Well, we're going to go ahead and kick things off. So it's Friday, December 17th, 2021. Welcome to Live with Bottleneck Special Edition, a week in review with Jaime and
me, Sarah.
Yes, and my big head is crowding it, but this is Live with Bottleneck Special Edition, a week in review with Jaime and Sarah. We'll get to crack-a-lackin'.
Hi. How was
Guten
your
Morgen,
week?
wie geht es Ihnen?
Where is it?
Where's what?
The title.
There is no title today.
Oh.
It didn't get put in there. You know what? I bet you got put in the wrong one. Watch this. Let's see if it's put in the wrong one. No, it didn't get added.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay, let's just make it up.
It did not get added.
I heard you talking about it. What was the title for this week?
The title for this week, what do you think? Should we go with the big logo or the small logo?
Big or small? Big or small? It's got to go big or go home.
Go big or go home?
Yeah.
But then it covers Nikita's face.
What?
Nikita's face.
Oh, I was just looking down here.
Oh, yeah. So, normally we have a little slide. It didn't get done this week. What the heck?
Busy people this week.
Yeah, we were busy.
Super busy. Super
busy.
slam. And there's a big typhoon. There's lots of things going on.
Yeah, that is true. There's a massive typhoon, big power outages in Philippines.
Like
I almost said in Phoenix.
Like a category 5. It's like huge.
Yeah, massive. Yeah, we have people with power outages, flooding, all kinds of crazy stuff in the Philippines. So prayers to them, and our team's been just awesome in dealing with all of that. So that's been a challenge. So typically what we do is we have a theme, an underlying theme that we talk about before we get into what's happened this week. And then we talk about what's coming up next week. And then we give a couple shout outs. That's basically the format here. So what do you want the topic to be today?
Oh, I thought you already had the topic picked out. What was it? I heard you talking about
it. Yeah, I forgot it.
Oh, the topic should be overcoming stress and the feeling when the stress is overcome.
Okay. So
no stress in our family.
Tell us about it. Are you guys experiencing stress right now? Any stress?
Yeah, some people get really stressed out of the holidays. It could be because of missing loved ones or just loved ones that aren't missed that you might have to interact with.
Yeah.
Or it could just be in your business gearing up for 2022. The year is winding down. You're like, I'm running out of time, and you're trying to cram everything in and get everything done. And it should be a time of celebration and relaxation. That's what I think. So there you go. That was kind of all over the place.
Yeah. So as of the time of this recording, obviously with it being December 17th, holidays right around the corner. For us, it's Christmas and New Year's right after that. So, we're shutting down Bottleneck. It's probably something that I should be letting everybody know. Shutting down Bottleneck next Thursday until Monday, January 3rd. So we will be closed.
Yep. We let the whole team, that's like paid vacation for them, our internal team. And it's something we are grateful. We are thankful that we are able to do this for them. and we want them to spend time.
Yep.
And celebrate.
Kind of recharge, reboot. They've been working so hard this year.
Yes, they have.
And then a couple of them, because we worked so hard on launching a new platform, I was able to award them a couple extra days. So if they wanted to add on to the 12 days they were taken off, they could. And so, yeah, it's nice to see. So
I thought the dog was next to me, and Jamie was standing in a tree pose, and it was his knee. Jamie's doing yoga. I'm waiting for his hands to go.
Yeah. So, one thing, I had a really good conversation, and this was going to be in a shout out, but maybe I'll save that for my shout out. Because it has to do with stress in my conversation yesterday with Dr. Garrett. I'll do the shout out though. I'll do the shout out there and tell you about that because that was important.
Okay.
So let's talk about what happened this week. This
week was a very stressful payroll period. There was a lot of back and forth in communication and figuring out, oh, we probably should have worded that different. Oh, that didn't come across the way we wanted it to, and actually rubbed one person the wrong way, which I feel terrible about. But we all make mistakes. Sorry.
Mm.
It was all meant in.
It's all meant in kindness,
yeah.
and with a good heart. It was just misinterpreted.
Yeah, and it made and I was really happy because there's a 13-month bonus in the Philippines, and it's not expected, it's not required, but some clients like to provide them with a bonus, and it made me very happy for the ones that got it, because for most of them it was a surprise. Some of them knew, but for most of them it was a surprise. And the responses I got back from the DAs, it warmed my heart, because their comments were, I love working with such and such, and I love you and Sir Jamie and Bottleneck as my family. And that, my heart just got huge. I was like, oh, I love you too. It's all about relationships. And anyway, so that's what I did this week.
Yeah, and it's something, because we have a subscription-based model here. It's subscription-based. They're not employees. They're not 1099s. They're, they work with Bottleneck, and we contract their service and their time to our clients through a subscription. And what's nice about that is there's no overhead. There's no, FICA, unemployment insurance. There's no 1099. There's no W-2. There's none of that, because it's a subscription-based service. However, relationships are created, and we handle all of the billing. We do all of that, so our clients don't have to worry about that stuff. But it is an actual human being. It's just like if you were to, I don't know, you hire a janitorial service, and the person in there cleaning, you don't pay them directly. They're not an employee of yours, not any of that, but maybe you give them a gift at Christmas, or you develop a relationship with that person and you give them a birthday gift, or, something like that. That's kind of what this is. And so we just send it out saying there's zero obligation. If you want to, let us know. And we don't take any of the bonus here internally, none. 100% of it, minus a small transaction fee that we have to pay. Very small, by the way. Everything, 100% of that goes.
Yeah.
So we don't take a percentage of it or anything like that. It's just really neat and a feel-good thing. And it's just like, it's once a year that you're doing something special for somebody. Some people do it a couple times a year for birthdays or whatnot, but yeah, it's a really neat thing. And this time of year, with the chaos and everything going on in the world, it's kind of nice to it's a spirit of giving, man.
Yep.
It's just, yeah. And we understand we don't know what's happening. Something could have happened to somebody, and we don't know what's going on and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, be kind, man.
Yeah.
Kindness.
Yep. You never, until you walk a mile in someone's shoes. And so we have a director of HR, Rach, and she's in the Philippines, and she has such a, I don't know, touch. Not, it's like this superpower she has of creating relationships with the DAs, and she's like, I got choked up there for a second, but it's like she's almost like their counselor at times.
Yeah, she what does she call herself? I'm their psychologist,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, and their counselor,
counselor.
and she has such a knack for it, and it's so cool. And so it's just really neat, and that really came to the forefront, I think, the last couple of weeks, watching her grow into this role that we've kind of, she was recruitment and she still works with recruitment and helps out, but we found this position that fits her perfectly, and she is just thriving in it. So
yeah.
Anyway, I thought that's been really cool.
Yeah. It's been pretty neat. So that being said, it's been a little bit stressful for, I would say, the both of us. Stressful for me trying to get the capital raise going and nailing that down and figuring out what companies are doing what and where and zigs and zags.
We got hacked twice.
We did get hacked twice, and I don't know I don't think it's specific to Bottleneck. I think it's specific to our server, because we have other sites on that server that have nothing to do with Bottleneck that are other clients of ours that got hacked.
But there's been hacks around the world. Like the biggest payment portal, Kronos, got hacked, and they handle all the payments for DHL and Walmart and Amazon.
Yeah, over 1 billion. What do you call it? Not vulnerabilities, but not exploit. What's the word?
I'm not sure.
1
million hacks?
Yeah, there's like 1 million people compromised. Over 1 million people's information data has been compromised. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And it's causing, like, I thought I had some stress. Woo! There's stress. I just can't imagine what those people are going through.
Yeah.
And that's the payroll system. So you're waiting for your payroll, and payroll's like, it's not working. We've got to do this manually. How many employees does Amazon have? Holy.
Yeah, FedEx.
Yeah. Ooh.
DHL.
Just insane.
Yeah. So it's just a good reminder for everybody. And maybe I can talk about what's coming up next week, because this is actually what we're going to be doing next week.
Yeah.
So
all right.
I'll jump on that.
What's coming next?
So coming up next week, we're going to have a Christmas party, which is going to be fun.
I'm so excited.
But also what I'm going to do during the break is I have a service called Lastpass. And if you don't know what that is, go check it out. It's a way to secure your passwords and keep everything kind of protected. I mean, I have the premium account, so I pay for that so I can have it on multiple devices on my phone and on my device. But there's a high level of security on there, and it goes through, and I'm doing a security scan right now because of all this stuff. But this might be a little friendly reminder if you're listening right now, or anytime you get this, find some kind of a password manager or something like that, because what it does is it grades your passwords, and it'll say you have a certain percentage of security based on all of the access points that you have. I have a 35% score. So if you ever went to school, that's an F. Like, that's bad.
But if you're in California, they don't have D's and F's.
Yeah,
so
that's
a C.
So that's a C. So I am going to, over my break, go to the 231 accounts that I have with duplicate passwords, and I'm going to be changing those. And here's the thing. Never use your pet's name or your car or what year you were born or the town you were born. Never use anything like that. Why? Because people find this stuff out, and most people, when they have these passwords, they do something they can remember that's associated with them and or their past.
It's like having a PIN number, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, exactly. Like, I know this sounds crazy, but do this. And why should you do this? Because data breaches are going to happen like mad over the course of the next 2 weeks. Why? Because everybody's away. Everybody's, spending time away. It happened over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's going to happen again. I promise. Don't be one of those people. So here's a little tip for you. And I learned this from the amazing Morgan Wright.
Oh yeah. If anybody knows security, it's him.
Yeah. So yeah, this guy is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this, in essence, could be a shout out, but I'm going to talk about it because this is important for security right now. So a good tip for your passwords. Think of a minimum of 4 words, and then it could be 5, it could be 6. Think of something. If I was to say,
I love to wear hats. Oh,
this is a baseball player, right? So, David Eckstein, baseball player. This guy, he's was on the Springfield Cardinals. David Eckstein, baseball player. What I would do is there's 4 words. David Eckstein, baseball player. Correct? David Eckstein, baseball player. Think of some kind of an ampersand or a pound sign or an exclamation point, followed by the number of words, in this case 4, David Eckstein, baseball player, and then take the first 2 letters of each of those words and capitalize the first letter and lowercase the second letter. So David Eckstein, so it'd be exclamation point 4, capital D, lowercase a, capital E, lowercase c, capital B, lowercase a, capital P, lowercase l. What you'll do by having a password like that, and then again, don't keep that for all of your passwords. Always have a different passwords. Or you can just, most of the time when you set a password, you get the, those big, long, crazy ones that are automatically super good.
Those are good.
Those are really good. But this way, if you have an access point somewhere that you need at least one password that you will remember, this is a really good way of doing something like that. Plus, no one's really going to think about me having a password, David Eckstein, baseball player, because number one, I got this at a game just because, but I'm not a baseball fan. And I don't even know who David Eckstein is, but there's some, look around, like you see a tree in the backyard, like there is a green tree back there. And of course you don't want to use anything that's like a single letter, but I
like to misspell words.
Yeah, misspell words, whatever. But that's just one thing that Morgan recommended. I think it's a really good tip. I would encourage you to maybe go out and change your passwords. I know how frustrating 2FA, two-factor authentication is. Sometimes we have to wait a day or 2 because we have a client that we have to get something verified and it goes to their phone and they're not available when we're doing this and all that stuff. But I would much rather go through that than a data breach or somebody hacking into my stuff. And so set up 2-factor authentication on everything that you have, absolutely everything. Could you imagine if Apple got hacked? All the people, how difficult is it if you have an Apple and you don't know your Apple ID?
Yeah,
you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like you are screwed.
Yeah, I have one that I bet I have 2,000 songs that I purchased, and I can't. I'll never get them ever because I cannot remember the password to save my life.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So get something like a Lastpass or a OnePass or something like, I think it's OnePass, something like that, some kind of a password portal or password keeper.
You know what? This gives me an idea. But go ahead. I have an idea.
Okay. Well, I would do something like that, even if for personal use, it doesn't matter. If you get hacked business or personal, it doesn't matter. Your life could be up for some serious challenges. So what I would do is go to somewhere like a Lastpass, check it out. remember one password and then change that password like once a month, every 90 days, put it on your calendar. Hey, I need to change this password. I cannot recommend this enough. Do it before you go on break. Please do this before you go on break. And then that's going to really help you out and minimize the risk of getting attacked.
Yep. So that made me think possibly we should add to our training of the DAs is to coach clients on password management. Okay, it's been 30 days. You need to reset your master password.
Yep.
Okay, it's been 30 days. You need to reset your master password.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Our DA should do that.
I think we should add that to our training. Yep. Oh, perfect. Hi. Bye.
Hello.
He's doing his tree pose again. It's fun.
Yeah. So this is what's coming up next week. I'm going to be doing that. Security.
Christmas party.
We are having a Christmas party. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I've been using Alignable.
Yeah.
Like connecting with people on Alignable. And I've been telling them about the Christmas party. And I hope that I find a way that I can upload part of the Christmas party video because everybody wants to see how it goes. Our virtual Christmas party. Because it's going to be so much fun. There's going to be can I say it? Are any of the DAs going to be listening?
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, I can't say it.
You can't say anything.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, so we will not have live shows for the rest of the year. We won't have it until 7th, January 7th. So we'll be off for a couple of weeks. Yes.
It looked painful.
I did math. Yeah, so January 7th, we will be back. So just want to throw that out there really fast. Should we go to shout outs now?
Maybe. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I have learned that I'm kind of starting to enjoy the research and the spreadsheets of figuring things out. Is that scary? Yeah. I feel a huge sense of accomplishment when I can look at it and go, there it is in one place.
That's awesome.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
We're working hard on numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Working hard on numbers. It hurts my brain.
Okay. Shout outs.
Wrong one.
That picture makes me laugh.
It's shout out time, people.
Why are you speaking in all caps? I remember my dad got his phone locked on all caps. I'm like, Dad, why are you always yelling at me? I can't get it off. I can't get it off caps.
That's funny. So, do you have a shout out?
Yes, Olaf.
Go ahead.
What is Olaf's last name? I do not remember.
Van Gessel.
So Olaf, out of the goodness of his heart, was on our team meeting, our internal team meeting with all departments, and he did a presentation on efficiency. And he gave us
productivity.
He gave us a lot of great
I called him an
tips.
efficiency expert. And he goes, I'm not an efficiency expert. I'm a productivity expert.
Oh, well. Anyway, he was fun. And he gave us tips and tricks and hacks of how you can make your day more efficient, stay focused when you need to stay focused. He's like, okay, you got to get first thing in the morning, you never open your email. You go straight to that one thing that you can't stand to do, but you got to get it done.
He called it art.
Yep. The
all rotten time or something.
A rotten task.
A rotten task.
A rotten task. And you get that. You spend 45 minutes on that. Then you take a 5-minute break. And that doesn't mean take a 5-minute break and check your email. No. That means a 5-minute break. You go
step
make
away.
A cup of coffee, you whatever. You come back and then you do like 3 more 25-minute tasks. Okay. Then you take a longer break and you have to be very
Zen.
Yeah, I guess. You have to be I can't the words on the tip of my tongue, but see, can you get it? I can't get it. So you have to be very deliberate about it.
Yep.
And then you come back and then maybe you look at your emails, because he said once you look at your emails, it takes you 25 minutes to get refocused, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're still thinking about those emails and all those tasks you have to do assigned to those emails. Don't do it.
Yep.
Go in at like 11 a.m. and look at them and answer some, then go back in at 5 p.m. and look at them and answer them.
Yeah. And he had all these cool little things like the Pomodoro effect.
Yeah.
and then he had a lot of little things that you can have, like he's on a PC, on a Windows PC, but he was able to, and they were all free, by the way, but just little extensions you could add into Chrome, and they were nice little cheat sheets. Like you could automatically have groupings of different tabs that you could pull up at once without having to go back. So if you're doing research and you have a couple tabs open and you want to go back to those, you can actually create a little cheat sheet. And then there was another one where, have you ever copy and pasted?
Yeah.
Right. Like, and it's a little cheat sheet to copy and paste, like maybe bank info or stuff, and it's all stored locally, which is nice. So the exposure or security, you're covered there. It's not stored on a web-based mechanism, right? And so it was just a bunch of cool little techniques, and all these things are free. So if you want to learn more, you have to talk to Olaf, but I'm happy to give you his information.
It's at toolfinderr.com.
Oh, yeah.
Tool Finder. And all these cool tools and hacks, and the fresh start, and the Alfred for the cut and paste, and the video.
Alfred is for Mac.
Yeah. And then the video speed controller, like when you watch a video, do it at 2 times speed. And it's shown that if you have to listen at something that's going faster, you're more intentfully listening to it, and you're learning better. You're actually listening to more. And it was pretty cool because the team, there were like several members of the team that were already using these.
Yeah.
These tricks. And I was like,
does that mean we're old?
Yeah.
Oh. Because
it means our team is awesome and efficient.
They are pretty damn efficient.
Yeah, they're really good.
I will say that. Yeah, that's a good shout out.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks, Olaf. I really appreciate this. Olaf's a cool dude. He is Dutch, and he lives on the border of Germany and
I thought it was just on the border of Germany.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, just on the border of Germany, and just a really nice guy. And it was nice of him to take about an hour out of his day.
Yep.
And
he's a cat and dog lover.
He is a cat and dog lover.
Yep. Great guy. So that's my shout out.
Well, my shout out goes to Dr. Dr. Andy Garrett.
Oh.
I've known Dr. Andy for a couple years. He's down there in Newport Beach, California. And if you haven't got a chance, you can go to Bottleneck.Online/BTV, or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel at Bottleneck.Online/TV, and you can see a lot more shows, episodes, like Dr. Andy, but others too, over hundreds and hundreds. And we had a great discussion because he is the owner of AG Thrive, and he's a psychiatrist, and he helps people get out of their own way. He helps people understand who they are, what motivates them, who am I, kind of things. And that was our conversation. And one of the things that he had yesterday was, one of the things that he said yesterday really resonated with me. Then, with me being so stressed sometimes, and Sarah being stressed, and I'm letting other people dictate the way that I feel. And he brought something up with people, being so quick to judge, and I thought, you know what? I'm like that. I can look at somebody and I will automatically form an opinion about that person without talking to them. And because I form an opinion about that person, I may act differently towards that person. And what he tries to do is get people to act the same at home, at work, in transition. And I understand there's some things at home, obviously in the office, you're not going to walk around with your underwear on, you're just not going to do that. But generally speaking,
wait, yes, we do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're walking around with boxers. So, generally speaking, it's nice to be who you are, and boy, when you can find who that is, what a wonderful feeling! Like just being totally comfortable with yourself. Well, what I found is I'm so quick to judge. I got to work on that. That's one big thing I have to work on. And an instance popped into my head: road rage. Anybody ever experienced road rage? Half the time, think about it this way too. if it's road rage, and I was talking to Bob Goodwin about this yesterday, shout out to Bob Goodwin, and he goes, yeah, sometimes I do that in a honk on the horn, but it's my fault because I'm late. I'm late to get to Dairy Queen, or I'm late to get, like I'm late to go to Sam's Club for shopping. Get out of my way. Like, really? And with everybody going 100 miles an hour, Dr. Andy brought up this cool little thing. He goes, you know what? Before you react, something is going to trigger, like, oh, I don't like this person. Oh, that person doesn't have a beard. They're ugly.
I'm sorry.
Whatever you're thinking, whatever it is. Or, oh, this person dresses with a suit and tie. What's wrong with that person, right? Oh, he's wearing a t-shirt to a formal presentation. What's wrong with that dude, right?
Nothing.
Well, some people automatically form these opinions and they react negatively or positively. It doesn't matter, but just by looking at somebody or hearing something or doing something. And I want to recognize that and trigger it in such a way that I can say, take a breather. I want to be respectful. I want to be nice. I want to be kind. I want to make sure that this person has the best experience that they can with me at this very moment. And as cheesy as that sounds, imagine if everybody thought like that before they entered into a situation. And I thought that was really, really cool because I experienced some massive road rage. Massive, scared her.
Mm-hmm.
And had I just thought about that for a second, I could have just been like, you never know maybe they had an incredibly bad day. As a matter of fact, I think they were homeless. And I got really mad at them because they cut us off. They walked across the street and cut us off, and I got mad. And who knows? Maybe who knows?
You remember that was I got really upset yesterday at a response I got to an email.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, you know what? Maybe they're having a bad day. And this email just triggered them, and it just came across wrong. And you know what? I have no idea what they're going through. So what can I do to help them?
Yeah. And instead of saying something like kill them with kindness, which I think is, you know what? They're so mean to me. Kill them with kindness. I don't think that's right. Why don't you just offer kindness instead of kill them with kindness? It's that mentality that I think we've been trained with for so long. And when I say we, I'm assuming I can only speak for myself, but I would assume or would think that most of us, we've been socially programmed to think the way we have based on our environment, our surroundings, and how we've been brought up and the input and information we've gathered. And especially, when you're older, it's hard, you never can't really change those spots, but I really believe that we can really think about stuff first. And I think it's as simple as taking a deep breath before you react.
You know what I do? I'm very mindful with my breathing. In fact, when I got stressed out, I was like, I'm taking Nikita for a walk. And that's what I do. And it was a quick walk. I like to take long walks. This was a quick walk. But the whole time I was breathing in through my nose very purposely and then exhaling through my mouth. And it's in and out. And you completely fill your lungs. You do belly breathing. I mean, you like fill up your belly and then you let it all out. And you're squeezing with your abdomen and getting all the air out, and you'll be amazed at how it. Yeah, don't do that. It works.
It does work. And think about this: respond, don't react. Think about that. That's pretty powerful.
So, what is it that I've always heard, and I've tried to always teach Jessica this? You cannot control what other people do or say. You can only control how you react.
Yeah, and it should be how you respond now, because I think reaction is somebody does this, you're going to react.
Count to 10. You should always count. You're like 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe. And then you're like, then you can kind of think clearly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that will also prevent and this can be used for the positive as well. So in a sales conversation, somebody can say, oh, your price is too high. Don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it work.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how you want to respond.
And more than likely, if you don't say anything, they're going to start talking more.
Yep.
And they're going to say, well, this is why I think it's too high. This. And let the person that is, I don't know, triggering you, if you don't react or respond, usually they'll just start opening up and saying more to you.
Yep.
Where did I learn that? I think it was off something I was reading
You
from
should
Olaf.
teach a sales school.
It was at, was it running? Eat That Frog, maybe? The book that Olaf was talking about? I think maybe I started doing some research on that book.
Oh.
Eat That Frog. And then I saw this Running Lean book was on his desk, and I was like, oh, I want to look that one up. So I'm
observant.
Anyway, and I probably won't read the books, but I do research, and anyway, it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, so basically that I just want to give the shout out to Dr. Andy because, well, no, but see what I like about that. I like that squirrel though. And that's why I wanted to give a shout out to Dr. Andy, because it made me think about things like that. And I think it's very timely. I thought that was an awesome conversation. And one more shout out. Thanks to Bob Goodwin. He watched a little bit of that and he reached out and said, wow, I really enjoyed that. It was a good time. And
nice.
So it was neat.
If you want to get together and have random thoughts with me, it's Sarah at Bottleneck.Online.
There you go.
I love getting into these kind of conversations because if you listen, you're going to learn. And and every time I listen to someone talk, I learn something. Yeah. Is it good? Is it bad? I may learn that I really don't like that person, or I may learn that, wow, I want to learn more about them, or, ooh.
And you know what? It's okay not to like somebody. Mm-hmm. It's totally okay. And I think that going back to this Dr. Andy thing, understanding not only how to respond to somebody, but understanding who you are, your true, he calls it your true north. It's really how truthful you are with yourself, how honest you are with yourself. And you'll start finding that the more transparent you are, the more honest you are, the more revealing you are, the more you share what you believe, you'll start seeing people that don't agree with that. And that is totally okay. And why? Because now all of a sudden you'll start attracting those that can have differing opinions and maybe, zig and zag when you zag and all that stuff. But they'll be more together. You'll start building a stronger bond between your relationships. And we're social beings. That's what we are. And I think by being more honest in who you are, it'll automatically attract others to you that you can hang out with and have a good time and go to ball games and, find the right partner and all that kind of stuff. It starts kind of building. The sooner you come to understand who you are, the sooner I think you'll have a better life.
Yep.
Dr. Andy. Dr. Andy.
I love that. I haven't watched that episode, but I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's really good. And his grandfather's the one that taught him these lessons. And his grandfather, if anybody knows, is Carl Karcher, the founder of Carl's Jr.
Ah.
So, yeah, it was a real good conversation. So, we ready to wrap up?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm ready to go play some hockey
with my husband. Hockey Friday. Hockey Friday. Well, here's you can go subscribe to Bottleneck Television by going to bottleneck.online/TV. If you want to learn a little bit more about what Live with Bottleneck and a Week in Review is, you can go to bottleneck.online/BTV, and that is right here. Learn how you can break through the bottleneck in your business today. And you can also learn more and schedule a consultation if you're interested in hiring a distant assistant by going to bottleneck.online/inquiry. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Mm-hmm. But let me get this off of here so that Sarah can wrap up. What do you think, Sarah?
What are we getting up here?
You're gonna wrap up. You're gonna take us home.
Okay, quit repeating yourself. Hashtag quit repeating yourself. Hashtag QRY. Visit quitrepeatingyourself.com and you can get Jamie's awesome book with a workbook coming next year to go along with this book that I'm writing. And I'm like on page 0.01 right now, but it's okay. It's coming.
She put it out there.
I did.
She put it out there.
Okay. And Team C's, hashtag Team C's. Donate and visit their website at teamseas.org. And they're trying to raise $30 million by December 31st. Is that right?
Yes.
And
no, by midnight of January 1st.
Midnight of January 1st. And they want to remove 3 million pounds of trash from our oceans,
30.
rivers. 30 million?
Yep.
What did I say?
3.
Oh, 30 million. That's a lot of like plastic. So think about how lightweight plastic is. Think about 30 million pounds of that. And that doesn't even touch the tip of the iceberg as to how much trash is in our seas, rivers, and oceans.
Yeah, you know what's cool? They've already raised over $20 million.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I freaking dig it. I think it's awesome.
I do too.
Okay, so we have just a couple more things. And by the way, this is Dr. Andy Garrett. He's a founder and president of AG Thrive. And this is what we talked about, the 2 biggest questions facing every human life. Who am I and what's my purpose? That was our conversation that we had. And what's coming up next?
Scott Drake, the founder of Jump Coach. Ooh, delegating tasks versus delegating problems. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That's coming up Wednesday, December 22nd, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. I will be on the road.
Yes, you will.
Listen to that on my earbuds.
Yep. Coming soon to your earbuds. Oh, and then if you missed this one, I talked with Ed Everts, the founder and president of Excelius Leadership Development. That was a really good conversation. Ed is very, very smart. So if you're looking for a coach, if you're looking for ways to improve your business, your life, it was brilliant. So you can find a lot of that stuff by going and checking out Bottleneck.Online/TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been a blast, a privilege, and a pleasure. Don't forget, create your own ripple. And yeah, have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.